So I did not win the Eras Tour giveaway this influencer was having, so...
I'm sorry about that.
A little sad. I was fully prepared to be like, fuck you, work. I'm going to see my girl Taylor.
I know. I just get all of these, like, notifications from Luisa, like, entering into these sweepstakes to go to this Eras Tour. I was like, okay, well, I'll join in. Like, why not? I've won things off of Instagram before, so you gotta play the game to win. So, we didn't win.
No, we didn't. But I am, in a way, like, I went to a teacher, and, you know,
Someone
teachers do a lot, so she deserves it. And I hope she has a blast.
Yes.
But I am sad. But I'm also glad this influencer... Because
you were already, like,
in my head,
I was there.
I was there. Because I've already been there. But I haven't been to this version of her tour since she's added an album. But I'm really glad this influencer did this because this influencer herself could have gone to the tour. But I think that she did it because there's been a bunch of backlash with these bigger brands like, you know, Tarte to name one, where they take... I'm not saying that these influencers don't deserve it or anything, but I feel like, you know, it's kind of like...
They can afford to go on
They can afford to go, and they've been many times.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think it would show... It'd be a bigger impact if these bigger brands took regular people and did sweepstakes like this.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, you and your friend are going to the Eras Tour, and we're nobodies. I mean, influencers are nobodies too, really. But
right. They're just people...
In the grand scheme of things, like, they've all been to the Eras Tour multiple times. And I don't think Tarte should be paying for these kids, girls, whatever, when they can afford to go.
Yeah. And we can't. We're poor.
Yeah.
Tarte.
And it's like, and I think if Tarte did that, like, took teachers or whoever... regular people, I think it would push me, oh my god, wow, Tarte did that, so I'm going to go buy their makeup.
I think that, yes, they should do that, but then it's like, well, they could do maybe like a package, like, okay, we're giving away 5 bundles or whatever, but with them doing, or like taking influencers, and the influencer saying, and this is good marketing on the influencer, I think, just because it's like, oh, I want you to buy stuff from me, like I'm doing a giveaway. But if they can give trips to all the influencers that, you know, influence their brand and people follow them, because a lot of times, like, people don't necessarily follow brands. Like, people are not weird like you and me. I follow Tarte.
Oh, I was like, I don't follow Tarte.
Oh, well,
I don't even buy Tarte anymore.
Why?
You're
like, they didn't take me to the Eras Tour.
Yeah, they didn't take me to the Eras Tour.
I'm done.
Fuck you,
I'm
Tarte.
blacklisting Tarte.
And like it's crazy because like the story behind the woman who founded Tarte, like, it's so inspiring. But I'm like, girl, like, she's had so much backlash from all of these brand trips.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that, but as far as like this giveaway for the Eras Tour, she can reach, or the brand can reach so many more people. I think it should be encouraged by Tarte to say, hey, give this away to your followers. Like, like, this is not necessarily for you. You can tag along with them, but like, meet one of your fans.
Or like, partner up with us so we can gift. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But from a marketing, branding situation, I get why they do it, because it was just really smart for this influencer to give it away to one of her fans. But I mean, I would say a lot of influencers and people that in that world,
they get so much swag though.
But I feel like they become, you know how they say money changes people? I feel like that happens a lot, especially with influencers, and especially with them getting free stuff and brand deals and all that stuff. Like, yeah, obviously, like, take advantage of it. Not advantage of it, but, you know, like, use it. I feel like I would do the same thing. I mean, you can't say if you were an influencer and a brand deal like Tarte said, Luisa, we have Era Tour tickets.
Oh,
we're
fuck
gonna...
yeah, I'm going.
Right. So it's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
You gotta have to, like, you know, pick your battles on what you're gonna do. But I can see both sides for sure.
Yeah, I can too. But
Luisa's like, fuck Tarte.
But yeah, because they take these influencers, because I follow a lot of like smaller influencers as they get big, and I remember like Alex Earl when she was just barely starting to blow up. Mm-hmm. She went to Dubai with Tarte and like all these other girls, and it's like they got to take their moms because it was like a Mother's Day type thing.
That's awesome.
It literally, like, these girls were giving tours, and it's like the bathroom, the whole counter covered in Tarte products and like other like skincare type products, and like I'm just like, oh wow, like that's nice.
Yeah.
And they had like different excursions planned out for them, and I'm like, wow.
For free.
Everything's paid for.
Yeah.
But also it's like, sure, everything's paid for, but you're also, by signing up for the brand trip, you're also telling Tarte, like, pretty sure it's like between them and the influencer, that like you are going to produce this many videos. Also, it's not just like a free brand trip. Like, you are also going to be promoting.
Yeah, like it's like a content trip.
Mm-hmm.
Which, okay, you want to fly me to Dubai? I have to make 50 videos. Done.
Yeah,
Done. I'll knock them out first day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get me some coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, we're going. We're gonna put some makeup on.
They've taken them to, I think it's Bali or Turk and Caicos or something, and I'm like, that's freaking nice.
Well, you should probably be nicer to Tarte, and maybe they'll take you. You should probably use their products.
Yeah. Well, I just break out to their products now. Like, it's just so heavy. Maybe. I'm a Dior girl now.
Oh.
I'm a grown up.
Wow.
I'm a lady.
You're a grandma.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. Don't say that.
No. It's like, heavy products just don't sit well on my, like, they make me break out.
Yeah. And
so Dior is pretty lightweight. And it's buildable, which I like. But
that's good. So, anyways, we're not going to Taylor Swift.
No. I mean, we still
not
could.
Yet. Not yet.
There are plenty more sweepstakes to come.
I think we should enter all of them.
Why not? I want all of them. Even Indianapolis.
I mean,
it's such a random state for her to end her U.S. leg of the tour, but
yeah. I've been to Indianapolis before.
I don't think I have.
I mean, I don't remember anything about it, so it wasn't that special. But Tom lived there.
Oh, okay.
Well, not there, but like in Indiana.
Mm.
So I think we like drove through it or something. It's just like another city. Just has buildings and stuff. Starbucks on every corner.
Oh, wow.
So, well, we'll try.
We'll try. We'll keep on trying.
So what else is new?
Not much.
Erin
joined my gym.
I did join Luisa's gym, and I'm having a great time. It actually reminds me of the conditioning and workouts that we did when we were in high school, like for basketball. So I think that's why I really enjoy it, because the way that it's set up, it's just like, it's all kind of like body weight, like there's no machines. It's all body weight with dumbbells, and then they have different exercises, like unique ways to do the exercises without machines. And there's an instructor that's on the microphone, music's playing loud, like the instructor is calling you out if you're not doing all your reps, and like it's good vibes, and everyone's so nice and just supportive, and high fives. They love high fives there.
They do.
After, between every round, it's like, all right, high five your partner.
Yeah.
So me and Luisa just high five, like, at least 50 times a day.
At least, yeah.
So, it's been good. I've actually noticed, I was just telling Luisa on our way up here to record this, I was like, I have noticed my booty getting a little perkier.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I think we're going to stick with it.
Yeah. It's good.
And we're going to be, I know we haven't talked about 75 Day Hard in a while, but I think we're going to be doing this workout along with our walks when we start that back up.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a good, because last time we did 75 Day Hard, I didn't do anything like this. It was just walking and yoga. So imagine.
Oh yeah, and you did that one conditioning class with me.
Yeah.
The day after the challenge was over.
Yeah. So I think if we did that throughout the entirety, game changer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could already tell with you, because you started in the middle of our challenge.
Yeah, like halfway through.
Yeah. So I think doing it all the way through would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Except we're going to have to find something to do on Sundays because they're closed on Sundays.
Well, Sundays could just be like our active yoga or like a double walk type of day or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Because like these workouts are not for the week, especially when it's like a heavy conditioning week.
And Tuesdays are the metabolic
Conditioning, which tomorrow doesn't sound as bad as it did last week.
Well, I think that she doesn't really know it's gonna. She was like,
no, she can see because she sets up the weights for the next morning.
Oh, okay.
That's why when we were cleaning up today, she's like, only this pile and that pile of weights.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She's like, oh, it's just. I feel like they said that about last week, and it was. Hell.
No, last week she didn't tell us anything. Who was it? Tori. Oh, yeah, Tori refused to tell us.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm not going to tell y'all.
Because
and I'm
she
like,
knew it was...
I should have known.
Yeah.
I should have known.
It's like, they put too much on the board. I'm like, if I can't get through it all.
Oh, yeah, because it was like a sandwich, guys. It was like a stack. So we had to start with like 80 jump ropes or 40 double jumps or whatever those are called.
80.
But Erin and I did 80. Other people only did 40. I'm not going to name names.
Yeah.
And
I could have done 40, but
40 of the double jumps?
No.
Oh, yeah, I could have done 42, but
I could have cheated too.
I stayed true.
Yeah. I got to the point where I was like slapping myself with the freaking jump rope. I'm like, I'm whipping myself. Like,
me too. And then I'm like, man, I can't even jump anymore.
I know.
So we'd have to do the 80 jump ropes and then go outside, run outside. Like, I don't even know how to describe that.
Just, there's like, in the parking lot, there's 2 trees. We had to run around the trees and then come back inside.
And they're like a good distance away from each other, too.
Yeah. I would say that it's probably like 2 straights on a track. Mm-hmm. Like, in between the trees.
Yeah.
So we have to run around that. So, like, however much that is, 200 meters or something.
Yeah.
And then go back inside, start the second level of the
sandwich.
Start the
jump rope again. So you start with your 80 jump ropes again, and then you do those squat jumps, right?
I don't know.
I don't remember. There's like a second one. Then after you're done, you go back outside, you run again, you come back in, and you start again with the jump ropes, and then the second and third one. I think the first time around we did get through most of the stack.
Yeah.
And the first one, we got to the last,
I didn't even get to the fourth option on the second time.
Me either.
Round. Anyways, so it is really good. I recommend if you are in the Dallas area, because they have other locations.
They have other locations nationwide.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, nationwide. If you just Google Burn Boot Camp, you get to try it for free.
Yeah, like 3 days.
Yeah.
I think you get.
So.
And then they also have like specials, probably like during the holidays or like whenever.
Yeah,
so
because for the month of October, they had, if you know somebody like in that specific gym or whatever, we had October was bring your boo to work out with you special. They could come for 8 times during the month for free.
Yeah.
But guess what? Luis and I don't have boos, so nobody came and worked out with us. It was just us.
It was just us. We were each other's boos.
We were.
But we already paid to go there,
right.
So.
We should just find somebody and be like, hey, do you want to come work out with us?
Yeah. And they'll be like, no.
No, it's weird. I actually have been, like, matched with somebody on Facebook dating who, it was the guy that I was telling you about. He found David Goggins and completely changed his life. I bet he would come work out with us.
Yeah.
Because I'll have to show you a picture.
Yeah, you never showed me a picture.
Oh. Let me show you.
Show me.
But I bet he would come.
Is he local?
You know, I think so. If he's not, yes, he is local. Because we were talking about going to get lunch, and he knew where Addison was, so...
Yeah, I've matched with a lot of...
Facebook dating, like, I don't understand the radius and, like, why it matches you with people that are not in your
in the
radius.
state?
In the state, in the city.
I get a lot of men not from my state, and I'm like, you know what? Why not? Whoa. Jeez. Something I will never understand.
What?
That I've seen in multiple profiles.
What?
It'll be looking for something casual, comma, long-term relationship.
I agree.
And I'm like, sir, you are about to hit midlife
crisis mode.
Not crisis mode, but like, you're close to 50. You've got 30 minutes left in life.
You should really, like, what are you looking for? It's a little confusing. Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
I know.
Oh, my God. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I think that he might come, but he's got, like, 5 days left. No, he's got a week.
5 days left of what?
No, 10 days.
Oh, of the boo
month.
thing. I was like...
Yeah. He's gonna die in 5 days.
I was like, well, damn.
You said you gave him 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I said 5 days.
I just can't. This is my problem. I've matched with a lot of people on Facebook dating. And I just, like, suck at the conversation.
Yeah.
Like, there was this one guy.
I honestly think, because I don't ever really get on Facebook, so if I'm feeling it, or if I'm feeling like, oh, this guy is cute, I could probably, like, I could see myself spending an hour getting to know him in person, maybe. I am always like, hey, I don't get on this app very often, like, here's my phone number. Because
No, I would not do that.
Why?
I don't like people having my number.
Why?
I don't.
You can just block them.
I know. Anyways, continue.
Because I don't ever look at the app. Like, it takes me 5 days to respond. Like, I'm not into the app that much to be able to have a continuous conversation.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I'm going to unmatch them because they're obviously not interested, and when that's not necessarily the case. So that's what I ended up doing with this guy, because I was like, okay, like, you're kind of cute and seem like you have a good head on your shoulders. It's hard to freaking tell, but I don't know. So we've just been texting.
Okay.
Yeah. Nothing crazy.
Yeah. I did kind of chat with this guy because I was like, I had to text Fernanda because I was like, this guy looks identical to this guy we went to school with.
Mm-hmm.
And Fernanda's like, send me the profile. And I, like, sent her. And she's like, oh, my God, that's definitely him. But his name is different. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to match with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, my first message was like, hey, random, but, like, because, like, he graduated from the same high school as me. He's from the area and all this stuff. And I'm like, how could it not be him? Maybe he just, like, made a new profile and goes by his government name now. I don't know.
What's his name?
I don't want to say his name.
Okay.
Anyways.
What can we call him, though?
I don't know. Guy that doesn't respond back. guy with the dry, like, texting or messaging. Because I'm like, oh, like, hey, it's a random, like, did we go to school together? Like, you just look so familiar. And he was like, haha, no, I don't think so. And then it just got really, and I was like, oh, I just was not trying to be, like, peppy, but I'm like, oh, okay, blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, how's your day going? Because I was also asking ChatGPT for advice, guys. Right. Mm-hmm. And he was like, oh, better now I'm talking to you. And I was like, okay, that's kind of gross, but we'll go with it. And I'm like, haha. And I respond. And then after that, like, the messages are just, I'm like, oh, because I'm also like, okay, I'm not just going to pen pal with you all week.
Right.
Let's meet up for coffee. Let's meet up for something since you're local.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, like, how's your week looking or something? Just asking what he has going on for the week. And he's like, oh, tests for school. Like, literally so fucking short and dry. And I'm like, I gave up.
Yeah.
Talking to him. Because I was like, I tried.
Yeah.
You're clearly not interested.
Yeah.
And ChatGPT was like, maybe he's just shy. And I'm like, fuck off.
Fuck off, ChatGPT.
Don't defend him.
Yeah. He could put in some effort, ChatGPT.
For real.
Yeah. Angeline was telling me, because Sabrina goes on dates all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah, man, I don't know. I don't want to misspeak. But she seems like she goes on dates all the time. Like, just, you know, always able to, like, get a date. Mm-hmm. And I feel like maybe it's me because I don't put myself out there. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you don't talk to me kind of vibes. When she embraces it more. So, I mean, I can dig it. But she was telling me, like, she plays 20 questions with, like, the guys or whatever. And I'm like, that's a good idea. So I started playing 20 questions with this guy. And, you know, like, when you play 20 questions, it's like, you know, what's your favorite color? All these, like, basic,
like,
stupid questions.
Yeah. And
he, like, dug in deep.
Mm-hmm.
First question was, what's something that made you smile today? And I was like, that's a good question. Like, just a reminder of, like, what made you smile. I thought it was a good question. You don't really seem that amused.
No.
Why?
I don't know. I just, like, well, because my answer would be silly.
What would your answer be? It's about getting to know each other.
Yeah, true. I don't know.
What would your answer be?
Something that made me smile today?
Yes.
Oh, this TikTok I watched. It really made me giggle. It's like this little girl's like up on stage with this magician, and she had been his volunteer. Oh yeah. She's got to be. I think I sent it to you.
Yeah, you did.
And she's got to be 5, and he's like, okay, so like we're gonna send you something that's gonna help you create magic. I think he asked her something along the line like, oh, like what do you think it's gonna be, or what do you hope it would be, or if you had one wish or something like that to help you create magic. And she goes, a boyfriend.
Yeah. Same girl.
That made me smile. That was really funny.
See? I just think it's, like, a good question to, like, start off with. Mm-hmm. Because boys are weird. And I feel like boys don't think that deep normally.
That's not even deep, Erin. I thought he was going to say something deeper.
Well, that was just the one question.
Okay, give me another.
The next question. Give him some grace, okay? Okay, the next question, let's see, because then it was my turn. Oh, okay. And then I follow the question up with, if you could eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
What do you say?
He said, well, considering I'm a creature of habit, I can legit eat this one meal and pretty much make it every day. It's good fuel and a lot of time spent in the gym. It's ground bison, white rice, cheese, and 5 fried eggs. That's why
that was very specific.
That's why he has like 7 abs.
Well, he's somebody that gets his body weight in protein.
Yeah, he does, for sure. And then he follows up and said, what would your future self be proud of? I'm like, ugh. I'm like answering these on my way down to San Marcos, and I'm like, I can't like fully think, like these are deep, like I don't know. And so I just said, the thing that keeps sticking out is that everything will be okay, or to do what makes you happy and don't let what others think stop you from doing what you want to do. And he followed that up with, it's funny because he was recently a guest on a podcast discussing the exact same thing, that you're gonna be okay. I think I was telling you about this.
Yeah, you told me that.
But yeah, I'm not gonna like air his dirty laundry. But he's been through a lot, and he went on this podcast, and I was like, oh my god, I have a podcast. Blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Anyway.
Oh, man.
But I suggest the 20 questions.
The 20
questions.
Like,
instead of being like, just start doing the 20 questions. Because then you can really figure out if...
Just be like, let's play 20 questions.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
What made you smile today?
I think that's a good first question. What would your first question be?
My first question be? Let's see. I really don't know. You put me on the spot.
I know. You can have what made you smile today.
Oh, I just thought something. Oh, that's really deep though.
Do it. What?
I mean, it's not too deep, but it's like, what has been something that's like made an impact on you to change your life?
Yeah. Maybe that's like question 4 or 5.
I know. See?
But that's a good one to have in the artillery.
Yeah.
I think it's a fun game because it's like, okay, then it keeps the conversation going, because it's like you ask a question and then they ask you that question and then it's their turn, so it's like it just kind of keeps it going. But yeah, so
all right, anyway. I'll have to try that out.
I mean, don't take my word on it because nothing's
come of it. I need something because it's like I've literally have all these matches and I'm like, what am I doing with y'all?
Right. Like, I don't like any of you guys. Sometimes I'll match with people and then I go back and I'm like, not feeling it anymore.
Yeah.
Do you do that sometimes?
I just like don't even respond.
Yeah.
I just leave them there.
Yeah. They're just looking up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, ugh, what did I do wrong? And I'm like, that's right. Fester over this.
I wonder if, like, I mean, obviously, when you like somebody, you don't remember everyone you like.
No.
Right?
No.
Okay. Because it's like when you get people that you like or that like you, and then you're like, no. And it's like, man, I wonder if they're, like, waiting for us to match. You know what I mean? Like, if they're like, oh, I really like that girl. Yeah. But I'm like, that's not how it works.
No.
They're just over here liking every girl, seeing who will stick.
Yeah. I have matched with a couple guys that I've liked.
Yeah.
But that
on
percentage
Facebook
is
dating?
smaller. Yeah.
Yeah.
That percentage is smaller than the ones that I'm like, no. I'm like, okay, not so bad. Like,
yeah.
Or match. So. Oh, but we just have to put ourselves out there, I guess.
Well, we still haven't done anything that we've talked about tonight.
No, we have not.
We have not gone out of our way to do anything. Besides the time left, that wasn't really for dating. That was
to make friends.
But we haven't made our number bracelet. So, how are you gonna, like, determine who you're gonna give your number bracelet to? If you don't like people having your number.
I just don't like to, like,
Daisy.
give out my number to every single person.
You don't have to.
On, like, the apps.
You don't have to.
Like,
only
if I'm meeting them in
one...
person and I'm like, okay, like, we vibed. Here's my number bracelet.
You're going to give them a number bracelet when you already met them in person?
No, this is, like, our other experiment.
Oh,
sorry.
okay. I was like,
that'd
you're...
be weird.
Yeah, it's like, here you go.
Congratulations. First impression, Rose.
Congratulations, you can have my number now.
You passed the first test.
Yeah. So, if we're out,
Mm-hmm.
how are you going to determine who you give your number bracelet to?
Well, it's just like how we decided. Like, we only have 3 bracelets. Like, we're not showing up with 20. And it's like, it's gotta
But
be...
you have to think of that mentality with the people that you're talking to. Like, if that guy was a dud, you're not going to obviously give your number out.
No.
Like, you can exchange a few messages, and if you can tell, like, oh, you suck, like, don't give your number.
Well, then that's been the majority of these men.
Yeah. The majority of them do suck, so... There's only going to be one right guy for you, Luisa. You can't have them all.
I know. I don't want them all, either. Lord, no. I just want one.
Is enough.
One is enough.
Yeah.
Jinx.
You and your Coke. Okay. So, dating-wise, we're still single, guys.
Surprise, surprise.
You guys have been along on this ride with us since we've started this podcast, which has been 5 years.
Yeah.
And we're still single. We were single then.
Still
we're
single
now. Because you know what? We have elevated the bar.
Yeah.
We're older and wiser now, and we're not putting up with anybody's shit.
No, we're not. We've realized the bar is, like, on the fucking ground, and we're like, no more.
Right.
We've
We've done some crazy shit where the bar was low.
The bar was, like, in the 7th level of hell, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And we let shit slide, and it's like, you know what? Enough is enough.
We've done some self-work. We probably need to do more. I probably need to do more.
Yeah.
But I've come far.
You have come far.
So, anyway, we're still single. That's the message there.
Yeah. The end.
Literally, we went to my mom's pickleball tournament the other day, and there was a cute guy there, and my mom and her friend are like, Erin, he's cute. He doesn't have a ring on his finger. And I'm like, he could have a girlfriend. He could be mentally unstable.
He could also be gay.
Daisy. Which, we're not into that.
No. I mean, he could be our friend.
Yeah, we could be friends, but I'm not going to be, like, flirtatious with him.
Well, obviously.
Well, I could be flirtatious, but in a fun way.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But I don't know. He didn't really seem like he was gay.
No, he didn't.
No. But his name... Remember what his name was?
I don't.
It was something, like... Not a normal name, I feel like.
No. Not basic.
Anyways, we're never going to see him again, probably.
No.
So, it's fine. Anyway, that's our dating life right now.
Yeah.
Lisa, do you want to tell him how long it took you to do your fingernails?
Oh, I did. As y'all know, I do my own nails. And I have been for maybe like 2.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And these took me 6 hours.
That's insane.
But not because it took me forever. I was just like easily distracted this time around. So I really could have been done in maybe 3.
That's still a long time.
No, not really. When you have nothing else on your schedule, that's like 3 Harry Potter movies, maybe 2.5. That's nothing.
It's not 3 Harry Potter movies.
I said 2.5, maybe.
6 hours? Or 3?
I meant like 3 movies. They're not short movies.
I know. For the 3 hours, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. I meant the 3 hours, not the 6 hours. Sorry.
That's probably one
6 hours? No, Erin. Have you watched a Harry Potter movie?
Yes.
Which one?
The first one.
That's the shortest one.
Okay. How long is it?
Probably like an hour and a half, maybe. Like your typical Harry Potter movie. Let's see. Harry
You
Potter.
said they're not short movies. That's a normal movie time.
It was filmed in it was 2 hours and 32 minutes.
2 hours and 32 minutes?
That's like a breeze for me.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, is that you could watch one Harry Potter movie in like 3 hours.
Yeah. But it doesn't feel that way to me.
That's not the point of what we're talking
I
about.
I know, but like these nails might have taken me 6 hours, but it didn't feel like 6 hours. Because the important thing is I was having fun with myself.
Okay.
It was a little self-care moment.
Yes.
And I've got some good nails.
Yeah, they do look really good.
So.
But if you're looking to get your nails done quick,
I'm not offering.
Maybe Luisa.
Don't come to me.
Not your girl.
I'm not gonna offer because I stress over doing other people's nails. I don't know how those nail techs people do it.
And they do it really fast. Like they're just like boop boop boop.
Yeah, and then you'll be like, "Hey, can you clean up my cuticles?" And like, "That's extra." And it's like, "Yeah, I don't fucking care." And they still don't fucking do it.
When did they turn like when you get a manicure? Because they used to do cuticles, and it used to be included in the manicure. That's why I fucking hate getting my nails done, just in general. Like, it's always so stressful. They just want to get you out of there. I'm trying to relax. Like, I'm trying to go.
I hate when they're, like, drilling, and they'll, like, look up at a clock that they have hanging, and I'm like, stop looking at the clock.
Yeah. I'm like, excuse me.
I'm here.
Yeah,
well, don't snap at them, but.
Well, because your hands are over here.
True.
You're like, you're like looking at them. You're like tapping your foot. Hey. Yeah, it's just always been. It's just always a stressful. Like last time we were there, I got there before my friend, and she got there. We were sitting in the chair, like to get our pedicure done. And then since you have gel, they want you to soak your nails in there. They didn't even give her a second to look at the book to decide what color she wanted before they gave her and made her put her nails in there. So the guy's like holding the book for her, and she kind of knows what color she wants. But she's like, I don't think it's in this book. And it's like, just let me pick my color. Give me 3 minutes to pick my color, and then I will soak my nails. Yeah. Like, it was just so uncomfortable. And I'm like, I'm just getting black. Like, I'm not even looking at a book. Yeah. That's how I do it. I'm like, what color are you getting? I'm going to get something like that. That's what I did last time. Nice. But it's like, the guy was just like holding the book while her hands are in the thing under the towel. And I'm like, can you just give 3 minutes? Yeah. So stressful. Yeah. And I don't soak my nails, so it doesn't, because that's what's bad for your nails. It makes them weak. They just do it to loosen it, and then they do the thingy bobber. Yeah. But my nails, these are my natural. Oh, good. Yeah. Yeah, Anyways, to close off. What? I just was going to see what time it was. To close off on this conversation, we've had a pin in it for 2 weeks now. A week? About a week. A week? Yeah, because we went to lunch and we were talking about it. Yeah. Obviously, as we've been talking about ChatGPT and all that jazz. Erin and I were talking about, or I think I had mentioned it to Erin, these Tesla robots. Oh, yeah. That Elon Musk has decided to, introduce.
Which I heard from my coworker, because her husband's really into everything Tesla, which I'll have to, like, you know, go and, like, confirm. But the robots at the event, like, because you see them coming out and you're like, wow, this is giving iRobot, right. This is giving, you know, end of world shit, like, someone locking Elon Musk down. But they were being controlled by, like, Tesla workers off-site. So these people that are there at the event, they're like, oh my god, like, you know, R2D2, hello.
Yeah.
And oh, yes, blah, blah, blah. And it's like they're being controlled. And
by
that just, somebody. It's weird. Because Elon is up there and be like, this robot, $30,000, one. In this fucking economy where we can barely afford groceries.
Right.
You're telling me you're going to start selling this damn $30,000 robot? Who's going to buy that? That's the cost of, like, a regular car.
Yeah.
And then he's like, it can teach, it can watch your kids, it can run errands for you, it can walk your dog. I don't trust many people to walk my dog.
Right.
What makes you think? Is the robot strong enough to hold down a dog? Is it going to pull their damn arm off? Like...
I mean, I don't know. I feel like the robot could be strong.
I don't think so.
I mean, how is it going to stand, like, you know, when you're walking
like, Emma, we have, like, a reaction.
Right. When you're walking Emma, they pull, you kind of pull back.
Yeah.
I don't think that they would be able to do that.
I don't think they're kind of like Barbies, you know? Or, like, those toys that have, like, flat feet, because Barbies is a really good example.
Yeah, Barbies
They can stand by themselves, you know?
Yeah.
But then, like, a little breeze or, like, just you move their knee just a bit and they, like, fall off.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah, I don't think I would trust it to watch my kids either.
No. I'd call CPS.
Yeah.
My neighbor over here's got her damn robot watching her kids. They're setting the house on fire.
Right. Like, but how can you control, like, the pressure of, like, if they're holding the kid or shaking the kid? Like, how do you get it to stop? Or holding it upside down. Your robot.
It's a gnome that, you know, like, weirdos and pedophiles and hackers hack into baby monitors. What makes you think these people are not going to find a way to, like, hack into the Tesla robot?
Yeah. And do
weird shit.
Who knows what?
Yeah.
That's a good point. But if you're buying a robot to, like, spend that $30,000 and put it towards a nanny's salary.
For real. Your housekeeper, your house manager.
Right.
If you can afford a $30,000 robot, hire an actual person.
Hire an actual person that needs a fucking job.
Yeah.
Like, there are plenty of deserving, what am I trying to say?
Hardworking people.
Yeah. Qualified. That's what I meant to say. People that can take care of your kids, can go get your groceries, can clean your house, can do your laundry. They can do all of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like,
and it's like, imagine like your baby, it's like crying and the robot's like, hush, hush. Like, it's got no face.
Hush, hush, baby. Hush,
don't
hush.
Cry. Don't cry.
Don't cry.
Be happy.
And then it starts singing
A, B.
Why does it have a Russian accent?
I don't know.
Don't cry, baby. I am here for you.
Want a babushka?
I'm not really for the robots.
No.
It's a little eerie feeling. But the Tesla cars, I'm not super, like, they're really cool. Have you ever been in one?
Mm-hmm.
They're really cool. Like, their screen, how you can see literally a map of all the cars around you.
Mm-hmm.
Like the cars driving by. And that's really, really cool. But Ross has one. He got one because he's has it on Turo.
Mm-hmm.
Because people like to buy or like to rent Teslas. And so he went and got one. And he's like, the only thing that he would change on it is because like it only has energy or whatever for 250 miles, and then you have to find a stop place and
mm-hmm.
charge it up for like 30 minutes or so, which if you think about it isn't really that long, because it's like, okay, if you stop and get gas and go into get a drink, go to the bathroom, do whatever, like it kind of adds up to about 30 minutes
mm-hmm.
every time you do that. But my idea, and if this comes out, I should get credit for it.
Mm-hmm.
But, which I would imagine it does come out sooner rather than later, but they only have like that one energy battery or
mm-hmm.
whatever. It's like, why? Because we could carry gas in our car and fill it up, or like have an extra little tank in the
mm-hmm.
car. Why is there not an extra battery that's like, or 2 or 3 batteries that are
mm-hmm.
in the trunk or whatever, charging
mm-hmm.
while it's driving? You know, when you have like a camera battery, you're always
mm-hmm.
charging one battery when this one's in use, and then you switch it out, so you'll never have an empty battery.
Yeah.
He's like, that would be ideal.
That would be ideal.
Yeah. So then you just take that one out, put that one in, take that one and charge it.
Yeah. I guess it just like depends on like the way the battery, like how big the battery is, because I don't know what the battery looks like in a Tesla.
I don't either.
I don't know what the hardware of a Tesla is, actually.
I don't either.
So that would be interesting.
But they could figure it out.
Mm-hmm. They could.
Because like our battery is like,
yeah,
not that big. You could have two of those in your trunk.
But I can't. So like with these newer cars, like my car, when my battery died last summer or last year, because my car was one of those that started to get like the computer,
mm-hmm.
where they have like the Apple Play and the CarPlay, whatever. When I took my car to fucking O'Reilly's or AutoZone, they're like, we can't put the battery in. We can't be liable, because they have to reset the computer to recognize the new battery. They're like, or else your car is going to be working overtime. They refused, because my brother-in-law, I called him and I was like, this is what's happening with my car, blah, blah. He's like, you just need a battery. Jumpstart it, go to O'Reilly's, they'll put it in.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, perfect. I've done that before. I show up, and the guy literally was like, I can't touch it. He's like, I can't be held accountable. I can't be held liable. Sorry, you're gonna have to go to someone that's, what's it called? Like Volkswagen, I guess, verified. And they have, like,
That's
their
so
certificate.
annoying.
So, like, I literally could not. And so I ended up just going to the dealership. And I think I spent less money at the dealership.
Probably.
And they, like,
sometimes
put it in. And
sometimes the O'Reilly...
I also went to an AutoZone, though. I went to the AutoZone in Louisville.
I mean, sometimes the people that work there are not the brightest.
They're not the brightest. But they literally were like, sorry. And I went to, like, one other, because I went to O'Reilly's, AutoZone, and I went to, like, one more O'Reilly's. And they're like, no, sorry.
That's
we
so
can't.
Weird.
They're like, we can't be held accountable for, like, your car malfunctioning because we don't have the computer. Because even, like, the place where I go get my oil changed, they have to, like, hook it up to a computer
mm-hmm.
and, like, reset it so my car knows, like, okay, it's gotten an oil change.
Yeah.
And so when I went on a Sunday, and the guy who gave me such an attitude, he's like, well, I can't do it right now because, like, the guy that handles the computer is, like, not even here. And I was like, okay, well, I can't remember what I needed. I was like, I still need it done, though. Like, I can come back later for whatever part the computer needs to be done for. And he gave me such an attitude that I was like, you know what, I'm going to leave.
Yeah.
And I ended up just going to the dealership.
But that's what I mean. It's like sometimes they just don't even know what they're talking about. When my dad and I went to go, because my engine light came on, we went to go get the spark plugs, because I went to O'Reilly's. I had them do an engine code read on it, and it was the spark plugs and like a coil 4 malfunctioned or backfired or whatever, misfired. And so my dad was like, okay, well, we can just, like, change those. We just go buy the parts. And so we went there, and this kid, like, probably a 16-year-old freaking kid, like, I mean, just working, trying to be able to have money to take his girlfriend out. But I don't know. I think that he's probably, because my dad said that he was in there before and had an interaction with this kid before, so I don't know if the kid was nervous because it was my dad or whatever, but I was the one talking. I was like, I need my spark plugs and this coil for my car, 2017, blah blah blah. And he's like, just like kind of shaky and all this stuff, and then he gets the spark plugs and or looks up the spark plugs and then tries to go and get them, and my dad's like, well, what about the coil? Like, don't you want to put the coil in there so you can get everything at the same time? And he's like, oh, yeah. And then we were looking, whenever he did that, he was, like, looking up a Nissan 2004 or something. I'm like, it's a 2017 Ford Escape. And my dad was like, what? Anyways, so then he actually ended up giving us the wrong coil, so I had to go back later that night to get the right coil. But anyways, I just think that sometimes those guys just don't know. They, one, don't want to do it, so they just come up with a reason. Two, they don't know.
Yeah, well, I was then later told at the dealership that, like, because I was like, yeah, I tried to take it, and they're like, yeah, they're not going to do it because you have to have... They're like, and they, like, explained it to me, and I was like, I'm just a girl, I don't really care, just fucking do it.
Yeah. But that is annoying. But that's what I'm saying, is, like, they could make it so it's not that complicated.
Yeah, but, I mean, I did choose to drive a Volkswagen, so...
I'm just saying for the Teslas is what we were talking about
originally. Yeah.
Not your car.
Yeah, sorry. I'm like, I do drive a Volkswagen, so...
You do. But even, like... On the newer models, they do make it difficult. Like, my battery is underneath shit. Like, you have to take stuff out. Yeah. They don't make it easy.
Mine's still... Right, she's still visible.
They want you to take it to the dealership because that's how they freaking make money.
I know. Like, back in the day, in the 50s, they made shit to last.
Yeah.
Like, cars were made to last. Appliances were made to last.
This is random, but since we're talking about, like, brands and stuff.
What?
Did you see the strike on Kellogg's?
Erin, that happened over the summer, girl.
Why is it just now popping up on my For You page, then?
I've been not eating cereal this whole time.
I mean, neither have I.
Because I don't even drink milk as an adult anymore, but because they made that ad. What?
What?
What was your reasoning?
Because of the red dye?
Oh, no, I was striking them because they released an ad. Well, the CEO of Kellogg's was like, with inflation and everything, they're like, oh, well, people just, because they're like, well, what are you going to tell families that, like, they need to afford this? Well, they better just start buying cereal for dinner. And they literally released an ad where it's like, oh, Mom, I'll have to find it. And it's like, Mom, what are we going to have for dinner or something? Like, oh, have some Frosted Flakes. And it's like the chicken's over there, like, squawking. And it's like, no, we're not going to have chicken for dinner. Like, they're literally trying to put that fucking seed in.
The one that I saw was, like, it was for, like, chemicals that they're putting in their product for a longer shelf life.
Yeah, but that's also not new either.
Oh, well,
because, like...
I just am watching.
I only know because my mom keeps track of all this shit. And it's like, really, people, like, everything that they allow here in America is, like, to keep us sick, So we keep just paying the fucking hospitals. Because if you look at Europe and like all these other countries, they have banned chemicals, red dye, red 40, whatever, from their products like over a decade ago.
Yeah.
They said no more. And it has to be like the Skittles, everything. That's why you're not bloated when you eat bread or anything. Like the bread here, my mom, one of her doctors told her, because she, like if she eats store-bought bread, her body, like she can notice like her arthritis gets worse. But if she buys like organic bread from like a Korean company or whatever, or her Korean place, whatever, she does not swell because it's organic. It's like wheat that has not been, what's it called? Because like the wheat here, not that the wheat here is bad, that the farmers are doing bad, but like they're overproducing, they're mass producing, and they're spraying it with wheat killer. And at the end of the day, like we are ingesting that. And so that, I don't think people are allergic to gluten. I think people are allergic to...
it's there, like, if you took the Korean bread, we should do this experiment. If you took the Korean bread versus just like a store-bought...
We have to put it in the fridge. It can't sit on the counter.
Right.
Because if it sits on the counter for even like... on day 3, it'll grow mold. Because it has natural organic products versus what's it? I don't even buy Nature Oaks or whatever. It could survive the whole month on the counter.
Yeah. It's gross.
It's gross when you think about it.
We should do an experiment.
Yeah.
But
and like my I've actually been thinking about like baking my own sourdough bread. Just because it's like, I don't want to fuck corporate, or what are they called?
Corporate America?
Fuck capitalism.
Yeah. It's just all about money. They want it to stay on the shelves longer so they don't have to produce as much or and they're still getting the sale of that, because if you think about it, there's a whole entire aisle of bread in the stores every day. Yeah. And that bread probably sits there for who knows how long. Who knows how long it takes it to get from where it's made to the warehouse to the store for them to actually put it out on the floor, for then it to actually be bought, and then for it to also, once you buy it, for it to last a month. Yeah. And then another thing, like the way we buy our groceries here is different from the way people buy groceries, like, I guess we'll say Europe, for example. Like, here we buy to stock up for the month, right? We go to Costco, we go to Sam's, and we buy our food that's going to last us, like, the next 2 to 3 weeks. In Europe, they tend to buy, like, okay, like, we're just buying for the next 2 to 3 days. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing that. And also, I try to do that. But, like, I think that we do that because it's so fucking expensive to buy for like, the daily. I think the problem is, like, we can't... And I think I saw a TikTok somewhere where it's, like, you want to buy, like, okay, like, in Europe, you can go and, like, oh, I only need 2 carrots for this recipe. And, like, no, here... You don't get a fucking choice. Right. You have to buy the whole fucking 30 bag of carrots. Yeah. And then you're left. Remember when I went to Sam's and I was like, well, I want some carrots. Yeah. And I bought, like, a thing for Bugs Bunny's family. Like, and I didn't eat them. And, yeah, I mean, Sam's is not the place to buy carrots, obviously. Like, that was my mistake. Unless, like, you're catering. Right. Or, like, I'm making Thanksgiving dinner or something. I think that bag is still too many for Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, it was a lot. But I was determined to eat them, and I did not. I failed. I mean, carrots are really easy to, like, get tired of, too. Yeah. Snacking wise, you know? You're like, ugh. I have to bite this, and it's kind of hard. And it's, like, crunchy, and ugh. Yeah. It's very bland. You're like, oh, man. Yeah. 1 carrot, and that's enough. Yeah. But Yeah, you have to be in the mood. I don't really like to just eat raw vegetables like that.
Me either.
I would rather cook them.
Like carrot soup?
Just like baked carrots or like...
Oh, I was just thinking of like different recipes.
Yeah, I mean, I like a carrot.
Excuse me.
I do like a carrot in a soup.
You could air fry a carrot, be like carrot fries.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah. I could have tried harder to eat them more.
I know, but it is hard.
But then it's like, I also got
You're like,
broccoli.
I'm turning orange.
I also got, like, I got salad stuff. It's like, ugh, I can't eat all of these vegetables. It's too much.
It's too much.
Too much. But, yeah, I do think that it is important to just open up your eyes and actually read what's on the labels of things.
Especially since they say, like, Red 40, for example, like, alters... Like, people say that they can see a difference in their child's behavior.
Oh.
When their child... Have you seen videos on that?
I haven't, no.
I've seen videos on parents that are like... That, because I think it's very normal where, like... I mean, we worked at Primrose. Like, we've seen parents that are like, we don't want them to have sugar, we don't want them to have this. And then they slowly, I think, the child slowly starts to get introduced to those candies or to those chemicals or whatever. And there's like one TikTok I saw of a mom who was like, her kid was normal, was fine, and then they started to, I think, allow him to have like cereal. I don't know what. And I don't know if it was cereal or candy. I'm not entirely sure. But they started to notice his like mood or like his behavior change, like tantrums, and he was like short-tempered, and they're like, oh my god, like you are not like this.
Yeah.
And so they started to like go through like what could the too much screen time, like what is it. And I don't know how she came across like Red 40, and that's how she discovered that was in something new that was like being introduced. So they started to cut that out, and he started to go like, his emotional outbursts weren't as... Because it's normal for a kid to have an emotional outburst, but at the rate that her child was having them, it was like, okay, this is not our kid right now. Yeah. And so it's interesting, the study between, like... It just makes you wonder, like, how many people that are, like, addicted, probably, to Red 40 that have these emotional, crazy outbursts.
Right, or they're, like, depressed, or, like, their mental, anxiety. Like, I feel like a lot of it has to do with a lot of that, like, which is, you just don't know because you're just eating, and you don't know what happens on the inside. And you're trusting that
the FDA
is
not going to fuck you over.
You're trusting the people that are supposed to keep you safe and what the food that's being sold, like, it's scary because it's like we're trusting doctors, we're trusting people doing our food, we're trusting insurance companies. Like, I mean, we're just pawns in the game.
Okay, so Red 40 can affect you in behavioral changes, may cause hyperactivity, irritability, depression, inattentiveness, restlessness, and aggression. That's literally all children in elementary school right now.
Yeah. They're all
allergic reaction may cause hives, asthma, sneezing, watery eyes, and skin irritation. Oh my god, may cause damage to your DMA. What? What the fuck did I just say? May cause damage to your DNA.
How? That's just scary because it's probably in a lot of
look food. At this. May harm gut health and increase the risk of inflammatory bowel disease.
Yeah. That's probably why
so many of us have IBS.
Right. Everyone has gut issues.
Yeah. Wow. Including ADHD. It's linked to that. Wow.
Yeah. I can see that.
Dang.
So let's end the message with check your food labels.
Yeah.
Eat healthy.
There's even an app called Yuka where when you're at the store, you can scan it and it'll tell you if it's good or bad. And if it's bad, it'll tell you like everything chemical wise that's bad for you that's in there. So check it out. It's completely free. And yeah, read the labels.
Yeah. That's just scary.
Yeah.
I don't really know how we got here because this is
Me
not
either.
really what we were talking about.
No.
But we're here now.
We're here now.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed it.
We love you.
We love you. And check your labels.
Check your labels.
And don't buy that damn robot, please.
Yeah.
Doodles.
Agreed. Peace out.